Hey everybody, welcome to the Build Show Network. Steve Basic here. I'm out in a suburb of Boston. I'm at European Architecture Supply. This is the supply house where I get most of the windows for my project. But the real treat today is I got my good friend Matt coming up from Texas.
How are you? I made it. I just flew in.
We're gonna take a tour on the inside, and I'm gonna show Matt some of my secrets. It's like a kid in a candy store in there,
and we're going to share with them too, right?
And we're going to share with them. I can't give you every nugget, but I'll get you there most of the way. And we'll show you a whole bunch of cool stuff, and you're going to have to look to Patrick to get some of the answers.
You know, it's really hard for me to not say, today's Build Show, all about high performance windows. Let's get going!
Let's go inside. All right. So here we are, Matt.
Oh man, look at this. This is fun.
This is like,
you know I love some window samples.
You got that right. So there are tons of options here. I mean, we could literally spend hours in here, but let's go through some of the highlights, some of the stuff that I've used, the reasons I've used it, and just show you some of my secrets.
Sounds good. Now the first thing I'm noticing though, I gotta say, is that almost all these look like they're triple glazed windows.
They're all triple glazed. There is a double glazed option.
Okay.
But when you price it, there's this one right here. You can see we have the double glazed option there. But I have priced them in comparison to a triple glazed for, say, like garages or stuff. You save like $40 on the window.
It's not even worth it.
So it's not really worth trying to have that change.
Okay.
It's going to the triple glazed.
And these are all from Europe, assuming by the name of our supplier here, European Architectural Supply.
Exactly.
But are these all one brand from Europe or no?
They're not all one brand. They carry Schuco, and Schuco has a UPVC and an aluminum option. There's Alu Pro, which is behind us, which is another UPVC and aluminum option. And then there's my good friend Dusham, who owns Macrowin out in Detva, Slovakia. I've actually been to the factory.
Wow.
And he makes all the wooden frame stuff.
Yeah, I've seen the Macrowin. Those are...
They're furniture quality, aluminum clad wood windows that are just, they'll knock your socks off.
So then Steve, if you don't mind, start with the least cost and let's work our way up.
So the least cost, or the one that I would say I use most of the time, is, you know, probably something like this.
Okay.
Oh, that's the double glazed. Let me get the triple glazed option, sorry. So this is a UPVC window. Mm-hmm. It's triple glazed.
So how's this different from a vinyl window made in America?
So the UPVC, it's an unplasticized PVC, which makes it far more stable. And the recycled content that goes into these windows is much higher. Okay. And the Europeans have to take the plastic back and recycle it at the end of the life of the window, if you choose to go that route with them. And the beauty of the PVC, as you can see here, it can be metal reinforced. So you can really get some good size windows.
And the first thing I'm seeing, Steve, is look at all those seals, man. 1, 2, 3 places of this window when it closes is actually going to seal against the frame. Look at that.
3 places where it seals.
That's probably a really airtight window.
Fully managed system. Yeah, and when we go over there and look at some of them, you'll notice on the hardware, it's a multi-point locking system. Mm-hmm. So it's not when you turn the handle, it locks at the handle.
Okay.
It activates hardware all around the perimeter of the window.
Now you're telling me this is the low-cost option. I mean, that looks like a really expensive window to me. That's really high performance. That's got to be $1,000 a hole.
No, it actually isn't. And the thing is when you're building a high-performance home, and experience has told me that, and I pass this on to my clients, is that the more I ask the window to do, the higher the price. Mm-hmm. So if I order just fixed units, mm-hmm. I get extraordinary pricing on the fixed units.
That's such a great tip. So
as an architect, when I sit down with my clients, we go around the house and say, which windows do you want to be operable? Now, typically, you know, a lot of my clients, well, I want to open up the windows in the spring and in the fall, and I want to air the house out. But the reality is,
they never do.
When you build a high-performance home, the best quality space is inside the house. You never want to open the window. Most of my clients, after we build the house, say, I should have used more fixed windows.
Super smart tip. I mean, think about that. This is your fixed, let's say, and this is your operable in this case. You've got all these moving parts, you've got all these gaskets. if just this was what you're putting in the house, and let's say this is your fixed window, it's like half as much work to build, half as much material. So it makes a lot of sense that you might go to fixed. And you're telling me that you might get one of these windows for the same kind of price structure as you'd find for double glazed American windows?
And I told you I'd reveal some of my secrets.
Not all of your secrets.
Not all of them.
All right,
but
I
I'll
appreciate
reveal some of them. So keep this phrase in mind. Glass is cheap, frames are expensive.
Makes sense.
Right? So I know you've seen some, and we're going to go see one tomorrow. I have windows that are 13 foot, 14, 16 foot windows that are 6 foot tall.
Dang.
Because glass is cheap, frames are expensive.
Got it.
So if I can build up the ratio of glass to frame,
window.
I get extraordinary square foot pricing. Now, I've done some small ones that are like 2 foot by 2 foot.
And it's crazy
The price
expensive.
is crazy because
Right.
it's all frame, and by the time you're done, it's a 16-inch piece of glass, which is pennies against that
Compared to the
operable
frame.
frame.
Yeah, that makes
so
sense.
as a designer, you have to come to the table with some of this knowledge, and it's not business as usual, right? You can pick out whatever you want. And the beauty, the thing that I love the most about these guys is I can get whatever size I want. There's no catalog, there's nothing.
Custom order everything.
And it's not custom. It's just, that's
It's
the
normal.
order of business.
Got it.
Right? You send them, I send my window schedule here to EAS. They develop the spreadsheet of all the sizing, they put it in. I usually get flagged once or twice because I like to test Schuko on sizes. So I just got flagged on one. I tried to get a 17 foot by 6 foot fixed window, and they said, yeah, we need to make that
big.
a little smaller. So I had to break it into 2 pieces. But so we get flagged.
Now, what if you don't want white UPVC like this one is? What if you want a color or some other cladding or that sort of thing?
Yeah, so they make all kinds of different foil finishes.
That's a foil right there?
Yeah, and you'll see tomorrow when we go out to Andover, you have all these different samples, right? And one of these, I think it's
You got it backwards.
Montana.
So this is basically a foil that's inlaid over the UPVC on this window. And I gotta say, from any kind of distance, you cannot tell that's not wood.
No. And we're going to go see this window tomorrow. This is the Montana finish. And we did all fir trim. There ain't a person in the world, I don't care how long you've been working with wood. I have some exceptional carpenters that still can't believe that it's a foil finish
That's really
on those
cool.
windows.
And the price point reflects that, would be my guess.
And the
too,
price
right?
point. So I don't want to beat up on domestics, but we've priced these against other window manufacturers and such, and it's hard to beat the fact that these windows come in at R7 plus, so you're in a U value of like 0.10 to 1314.
That's great.
Depending on
It's really high.
whatever glass package. But here's the other thing that you can't do, or that I haven't found to do in America. I can get these windows in the 0.13, 0.15, and still get a visual transmittance of 0.7174.
Really high.
It's extremely high.
Really high.
For domestic product, that number is usually 0.5 or sub 0.5, which is...
And the other thing that I notice on this too is when you go from the white PVC, UPVC, pardon me, to this foil-faced one, they're switching the UPVC color, right?
Yeah,
So that you don't notice the white in there. This one is brown, and I saw another one over here that was
Yeah, they have different
foil-faced
colors.
that had like a dark gray or a black looking UPVC.
Yeah, so this
that's
one,
pretty cool.
that's got an aluminum face on it. But
Okay,
yeah,
so
they have-
UPVC and the foil face, what else do we have to look at today?
Well, if you're willing to move up a little, which a lot of my clients do, and when I say a little, it's not crazy pricing, but you can go to their thermally broken aluminum product.
That's really pretty. Look at that.
And
Dang.
I mean, people love it when you're doing that kind of modern house.
That's really crisp.
We do a
And
lot of these.
Look how wide that thermal break is in there.
Yeah. Well, the thing to remember when you're building out here, right? This piece of aluminum has the potential to be in 10-degree weather when this piece of aluminum is in 70-degree weather.
All right, so a
And we're at
60-degree delta.
And 60-degree delta in 3 inches.
So you got to have a pretty stout frame because it's going to want to twist or
It's
move.
going to want to move. It's going to want to twist. It's going to want to, and it has a system. It has its own water management system built in. all of the inside weather stripping there drains to the outside should any water get in past the first piece of weather stripping.
Yeah, that's a really nice window. Impressive. All right, so then we've got aluminum.
We got aluminum,
else we had to look
and then
at?
we have,
Ooh,
we'll use this one.
Look at that
This one's
wood window.
got a quad piece of glass, but
I
this
like
is,
that.
this is Macrowin, and they have the option to get the quad storm on there, but it's
Quad
all wood frame.
So we've got aluminum cladding. The framing right here is the structure. I'm noticing, again, triple bulb weather strip, or triple
Yep.
weather strip, I should say. So 1, 2, 3 weather strips. And then the inside of this one now is clad with, I
It's
don't know
all
what
wood.
that is, spruce or pine
Yeah,
or
or
something?
it could be larch. They do a lot of larch out there, and that
that's
could
really
be the
pretty.
bleached larch. But I'm
That's got to be a really high.
just going to grab this one here.
Oh, look at
'cause-
this. This is actually, this outside glass is laminated glass too, isn't it?
Yeah, so
On this
that's
one.
like a storm glass. But look at this. I mean,
That's gorgeous.
that's gorgeous.
It's called a spruce on this one right here.
Yep. And the thing is
And this
with
looks like a Doug fir.
Duchamp,
Oh, it's larch. It's not
that's
Doug fir.
larch, yeah.
It looks
And
like Doug fir.
the other thing to know about the larch, Duchamp says all of his larch comes within, I think it's 150 miles of the factory.
Is that right?
So he's not sourcing
these all over the
wood
world.
from all over Russia. It's stuff that's right there.
And
Now, the other thing to understand when you're, yeah, the 5 laminations. So when they build wood windows out there, they actually build them up, and they call these scallions.
Okay, so you've got this one here, and then you can see the grains reversed on this
Yep.
one. Then they reverse the grain, then they reverse the grain. So you're basically making an LVL frame.
You're making
for that
an LVL
window.
frame, and you're not using 100, 200-year-old trees.
Mm-hmm.
You're using 20, 30-year-old trees because this cross section. And I don't know if we have one with
Yep.
the cork, but if you wanted to get super crazy, they build windows where they'll take one of these laminations and substitute it with a piece of cork.
Oh, is that right?
So now you get
Even
thermally
higher.
broken frames.
Even higher G
because
factors.
the glass is a really good energy part of the window, energy efficient. It's the frames that become the challenge.
Right.
And so the minute you insert that, now you elevate the frames
That's cool.
to a level of the glass. And
Kind of a side note, this is in performance based, but I see a lot of black and dark exteriors. I did a house not too long ago with a white exterior. I gotta say, it is, whew, I like the white.
Yeah.
That could be a trend that we might see at some point.
Well-
The switch from the dark exteriors to this white.
we're actually going to
Dark
go to
is
a
really
house
hot right
tomorrow
now, though.
where we did a jet black matte finish. And we have some giants there. Wait till you see this. But those giants, I mean, they complement the view.
That's cool.
But let's
You want to see some operation in a couple
let's
of these
take
windows?
some operation. But
Let's do it.
on our way, let's talk about this for a minute. Look at this monster, right? This is the cross section of a lift and slide door. So it's their version of a sliding door.
Mm-hmm.
So when you rotate the handle, basically the door unit, which in some cases on some of the units where I've used, you're probably talking 500-600 pounds. Yeah, there's
Yeah,
one
and
right
this
there.
one right here.
Right?
So that's sitting down, that's up on its, if you watch my finger here, you're gonna see that the door sits down by about a 1/4 inch
Yeah.
and falls down onto its weather stripping. But when you rotate this handle, it moves up, and now that big fat door.
And that panel's probably 400 or 500 pounds, and it basically lifts it up and puts it on a set of wheels. Now, one of the cool things that I've learned from some moms, you want a doggy door or a kitty door, you just do that. You
And
got
now-
your little toddler,
No, they're not gonna
you
go anywhere.
ain't moving that.
Yeah, no,
and they
that's
can't get out.
serious.
And you just close the screen, and now you have
Some good airflow, but
you can
security as well.
secure wherever you want.
That's cool. I like that. And there's a good example of that foil-faced UPVC, right? Because we
Yes.
got the white UPVC here, but then from the outside, looking this way on this door.
Or on the inside. Or,
Oh,
this
sorry,
is on the
sorry.
outside. This is
Sorry,
the outside.
this is the
Sorry.
inside.
No,
Well,
this
I
is the
guess-
outside. It is. The handle's on
that's
the
right.
inside.
The handle's
I
on the
screwed
inside.
up.
So this is your wood exterior on this house, which could be interior. You know, there's really, I mean, you got to be.
And
really
that's
thinking
the
about it to
beauty
know
of
that's
the
not wood.
options is the foil.
really
It can
good.
be inside, outside. It can be different.
Mm-hmm.
It's whatever. Because these windows are made to order, it's like,
That's cool.
think of it, you're going to Schuco and you're just looking at their menu. And you say, I'll have that with this foil on
Custom
the
everything.
inside at this size.
That's really cool.
But come check out some of this other stuff. We'll start right here. I mean, arch tops, and I've seen round windows there. For those of you that have never seen, you know, a tilt-turn window, basically it tilts in about 7 inches. That's how Europeans vent their house. Basically, this is window open. If you want to clean the window,
This right here.
if you want to clean the window, then you turn it in and you have full access to the exterior of the window. And you can get some traditional moldings, right? So for those of you that want that traditional look, but the high performance, they can do that too.
It looks like a totally normal old school window from the outside, doesn't it?
It's crazy.
But then also, this is a tilt turn too, right? It looks like a door, but you could open this like a door or like a window and vent with it.
Yep.
And you and I were talking earlier at this glazing cost for these windows compared to wood framing, insulation, siding, paint. That's why you do a lot of these big glass, because they're so well insulated. And compared to all the other things that go on in construction, it's really not a bad price per square foot.
I call it a walk-through window.
It's perfect.
Right.
I could totally see this on a house. That's a great window.
It's
And then just turn it all the way down and it's locked again.
and it's locked again. Let's go over here. We'll see some other magic that they have here. I mean, this window I always show when I bring clients here, just because this is the one where not only is that a film, but it's an embossed grain. If you run your finger on
You
that,
can feel it?
you can feel the grain of the wood.
Oh, that's
But
neat.
it's not wood.
That's really neat.
And you'd be hard pressed to tell me that if we put that in a house and trimmed it all out,
You wouldn't know that it wasn't a wood window.
you would not know. And here you can see, you know, we talked about the multi-point locking. I mean, you can see all the different locations that window is being
One,
locked.
2, 3, 4, at least 5 points of lock for a window like that.
Yeah.
Which means it's also getting pushed into that double or triple weather strip in all 5 of those points as well.
And I know you're a big fan of air tightness. I have houses down in the, you know, 0.10, 0.13 range that have used
So
these
tight.
windows. So
That's amazing.
these windows are good performers.
That's really cool.
This one here, this is macro wind. So this is a slightly different line. This is that all wood window.
Okay.
Now, one of the cool things about their windows are you can get them in wood, but most of the time you do the aluminum clad. Now, the aluminum clad works off the RAL color system in Europe, which means, I don't know, you have like 230 different colors.
Yeah, I bought some Lamelux skylights recently, and they sent me the website for RAL and said, pick out whatever you want.
Pick out
It
what
could be
color.
whatever.
And whether I get a high gloss orange, a mustard color, or black, the price is the same. It's
Right.
just, we're gonna paint it.
That's pretty neat.
So, or powder coat it. But here's, check that out, right? If you look at both of these
You
corners,
don't see the miter.
those are welded mitered corners.
Wow, so normally you would see a line across there where they've mitered that and then put some pookie to connect that corner.
But even Duchamp, who owns Macrowind, he's never seen exactly how they do that process.
That's an impressive, those macro winds are really
They
nice.
are. And the other thing
They
about
look expensive.
well, these are probably the more expensive option in
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
But they're all wood. And the thing is
That's
with
your generational window right there.
with Macrowind, Duchamp says, pick out a wood. If it exists in the world,
good.
I'll source it and we'll cut it up on our
Golly.
machinery. I did a project out on the vineyard. Everything was done out of white oak.
That's cool.
They're absolutely
You know, these
gorgeous.
remind me of a company I've seen up in Vancouver called Fenster, which also made Passive House certified windows that were all wood, and then they could clad on the outside.
Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful product.
And while we got this open, also notice you can get security contacts.
Okay, so they pre-secured it for you. That's
So
nice.
you can get it all pre-wired with all the different contacts. You can see the one up there and the one down below.
That's really cool.
So all your security system can become pre-wired.
How long have you guys been? How long have you been using this company, EAS, for your windows?
I have to say at least 12, 13 years.
Because I've seen
at
this. I've
least.
seen you and Jake use them on at least a build or two when I was in Missouri last. But I've not used them yet. This is impressive stuff.
Well, I mean, just before you came, I was sitting down with Patrick, the owner, and we were going over. I have like 6 window orders going in the next 2 weeks
Dang.
on projects. So
That's awesome.
all different kinds. UPVC, a lot of the aluminum product, people love it. I have one that is going to be a crazy orange color. the guy just loves his color, so
That's funny.
we're gonna get that.
Appreciate
And,
the door, Steve. Very fun.
Yeah, this is they make entry doors. If you're into that, you know, this is probably the biggest seller. This is that Anthracite Gray.
Oh, I like that.
We're gonna see that.
Is that
on
a
on
clad
bunch of
window or is that an
projects.
aluminum
That's
window?
an all aluminum window.
Okay, so that's all aluminum frame,
Yeah.
man.
But this is like people's favorite color. That Anthracite Gray is it's a hot one.
That is a really nice color. I like that a lot. Anthracite Gray.
Yeah, but they make, you know, interior doors. I can't open it because I don't have the right.
Oh, it's a finger lock
It's a
opener.
finger lock, so the right fingerprint opens the door.
That's cool.
But like the windows, I can pick out whatever size bar. I can put the glass wherever I want in the window, whatever types of finishes, accents.
All customized.
If you can dream it, they can build it.
That's
And
awesome.
they just attach a price to it, and you get exactly what you want.
Great tour, Steve. Really fun, man. Looking forward to seeing some of these on the job site with you.
We're gonna see some.
We're heading out
cool
tomorrow.
stuff. So I know you guys didn't get to see Big Red this week. He's disappointed. I had to leave him in the drawer. But stay tuned for some future videos. Hope you enjoyed the tour. Until next time,
We'll see you next time on
The Build Show.